All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to crack open the programmer's virtual toolbox and take a look at the fundamental tools they use to build all the software we rely on every single day.
Have you ever stopped to wonder how your social media feed just knows what to show you next? Or how your music app can shuffle 1,000 songs but then lets you slot a new one right in the middle? It all feels so smooth, right? Almost like magic. But it's not magic. It's all about organization. And the secret to that organization is something called data structures.
The best way to think about a data structure is as a specific tool in that programmer's toolkit. I mean, you wouldn't use a hammer to turn a screw, right? Well, in the same way, a programmer has to pick the perfect tool for handling information. And that choice, that's the real secret behind why your favorite apps feel so fast and efficient. How you organize the data is everything.
So let's pull out our first tool. We're going to call this one the egg carton, but its technical name is an array. It is one of the most basic and most powerful tools in the whole kit.
An array is exactly like an egg carton. It's a rigid grid with a set number of slots. Every single slot has a number which we call an index, and it usually starts from 0. So if you want to find a specific egg, or in our case, a piece of data, all you need to know is its slot number, and you can go straight to it instantly. Now, the reason arrays are so incredibly fast is because all their items are stored literally side by side in the computer's memory. This means the system can just calculate the exact address of any item. If you need the 5th thing in the list, bam, it jumps right to it. This makes arrays absolutely perfect for collections that aren't going to change size all that much. A perfect real-world example? Your phone's contact list. Think about it. When you tap the letter M, you don't have to watch it scroll through all the A's, B's, and C's. No, it just jumps directly to the M section because it knows the index. That right there is the power of an array's instant access. But what if you need something a bit more flexible? What if you don't know how many items you're going to have, or you need to stick new things right in the middle of everything? For that job, we need a totally different tool, the scavenger hunt, or what programmers call a list. And this visual just explains it perfectly. Unlike an array's rigid grid, a list is a flexible chain. Each piece of data, we call it a node, isn't just holding information. It's also holding a clue, a pointer, that tells you exactly where to find the very next item in line. They don't even have to be stored next to each other in memory. So the key word here is flexibility. A list can grow as big as it needs to, one link at a time. And if you want to add or remove an item from the middle, no problem. You just have to adjust the clues, the pointers on either side. It's so much easier than trying to rebuild a whole egg carton just because you found one more egg.
This is exactly how your music playlist works. You can just drag and drop a new song right into the middle of your favorite tracks. All the app has to do is adjust the pointers of the songs before and after it to splice that new one into the chain. Trying to do this with an array would be a nightmare, but for a list, that's what it was made for.
Okay, let's grab a more specialized tool now. This one works just like one of those spring-loaded plate dispensers you see in a cafeteria. This is a stack.
The rule of a stack is super simple. Last in, first out, or LIFO for short. Just like with the plates, you can only get to the one on the very top. When you add a new plate, you put it on top, pushing everything else down. When you take a plate, you have to take it from the top. The last one you put on is always the first one you take off. Now, programmers have special names for these two actions. When you add an item to the top of the stack, it's called a push. And when you remove that top item, it's called a pop. That's really it, push and pop. So simple, but incredibly useful.
So where would you even use this? Oh, you use it all the time. Every single time you hit undo in a document, you're using a stack. Each thing you do, typing a word, deleting a sentence, gets pushed onto a stack. When you hit undo, the very last thing you did gets popped right off the stack and reversed. Your browser's back button? It works the exact same way. All right, our final tool for today works on a principle we all understand very well: fairness. It's just like waiting in line for tickets, and it's called a queue.
A queue works exactly how you'd imagine a line would. Any new items are added to the very back, or what we call the tail of the line. And who gets served next? Well, the person at the front, of course, the head of the line. Once that item is processed, it's removed, and the whole line shuffles forward.
This gives us the main rule for a queue: first in, first out, or FIFO. It's the total opposite of the stack's LIFO principle. With a queue, it is all about the order of arrival. First come, first served. Simple as that. Your printer is a classic example of a queue. When you send 5 different documents to print, they don't just come out in a random order. The printer puts them all into a queue and prints them out in the exact order you sent them.
The first document that went in is the first document that comes out. It's the digital version of waiting your turn. So let's just put them side by side real quick. You have stacks, which are LIFO, last in, first out. That's your plate dispenser. You only ever work with the top. Then you have queues, which are FIFO, first in, first out. That's your ticket line. You add to the back and you take from the front. Two different ways of managing order for two very different kinds of jobs.
So we've looked at 4 really important tools: arrays, lists, stacks, and queues. The real skill in programming isn't just memorizing what these tools are, it's understanding which one is the right one for the job you're trying to do.
And this quote just nails it. The choice of a data structure isn't some tiny detail. It's one of the most important decisions you can make. If you pick the wrong one, your app could be slow, buggy, just a mess. But if you pick the right one, it'll be fast, elegant, and efficient.
So the next time you're using an app, just think for a second about what might be going on under the hood. When you undo a mistake, think of a stack. When you add a song to a playlist, think of a list. The speed and that snappy feeling you get from your favorite apps, that isn't magic. It's the result of a programmer choosing the perfect tool for the job. It's all about the structure.